All right, so welcome everyone. Before we begin, I'd like to thank you for your presence in this webinar, which is the second one specially crafted for you by Avenue Code in partnership with Google. And today we're going to talk about intelligent automation and operational efficiency. I'm Jimmy, I'm Vice President of Operations of Avenue Code in North America. And to lead us through the topics today, we have our super guest, Sebastian Gonzalez. He's a partner in engineering at Google. And Gabriel Kotani, he's a principal AI engineer at Avenue Code. And for those who don't know Avenue Code yet, I'm going to show you a quick introduction about the company. We've been empowering our clients for over 17 years of consulting experience. And since 2022, Avenue Code is part of the AIR group, which is basically one of the 7 powerhouses that help clients in their AI revolution. And we have more than 6,000 professionals spread among our development centers in Europe, North and South America. And everyone has one big goal, which is keep supporting our more than 300 clients in the base to succeed in their innovation journey. And our relationship with Google started long time ago, mostly in the South America. And now we're expanding this partnership to North America. And that's why we're here today bringing these special guests for you. And with no delays, I'd like to call the first guest, Sebastian Gonzalez from Google. He's going to lead us through the first part of the presentation. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hi, thanks for having me. My name is Sebastián Seren Gonzalez, and I've been at Google for 5 years now. And in these years, I've seen many different milestone moments where Google technology played a significant role. I've seen the pandemic and how the technology and networks enabled the work from home and the worldwide collaboration. I've seen the democratization of AI and how it is changing everything, including Google Search. And lately, in the realm of AI, what we see is the rise of the agentic AI. But let's start from the beginning. What are agents? This is not just AI that assists, but AI that acts. These agents are sophisticated systems that can perform complex tasks with minimal human intervention. At their core, agents are built on these fundamental capabilities. First, these agents demonstrate autonomous action, freeing up human workers to focus on more strategic initiatives, reason and planning, making informed decisions, and adapting to changing environments with precision. Through continuous learning, they become more effective with each interaction, constantly improving with as they go. And finally, with time, these agents will become more collaborative, like a team of experts. They will be able to work together to achieve complex goals, unlocking new capabilities. So we're at the beginning of the road here. But agents are not only about increased productivity gains or efficiencies. They're about truly autonomous systems that will work constantly and allow your employees and organizations to accomplish things that were not possible before. So, 3 trends that we observe and are driving this transformation: multimodality. AI is breaking free from the limitations of text. We can now interact with AI using images, video, audio, making our interactions richer and more intuitive. Imagine talking to your data or asking AI to generate a full marketing video. Agentic workflows. We'll talk about this later. AI is becoming more autonomous and capable. We're seeing AI agents that can reason, plan, and adapt, transforming how we work and how we collaborate. This is where AI moves from a tool to a true partner. And for most of the knowledge workers, AI is redefining how we access and interact with information. It's helping break down the silos and facilitating insights like never before. These are indeed interesting times for anyone working with AI. And central to this vision, driving the future of work, is the Google Cloud Agent Platform. Think of it as our comprehensive ecosystem built to empower both developers and business users. On one end, we have tools like Agent Builder for our developers, And for everyone in the organization, from employees to business users, we have Agentspace, our SaaS solution specifically designed to supercharge employee productivity. But why would you need Agentspace? What are the challenges that Agentspace help you solve? So, how many of you feel like you're drowning in information every day? I do. Well, we live inside this constant deluge of information, data, both from the environment as human beings in this modern society and from the inside of our organization as employees. And the issues agent space addresses can be summarized in three challenges. The first is the fragmented workflows, including search, leading to repetitive tasks, navigating different systems, going back and forth. I'm sure you can experience this when using a browser like Chrome. Sometimes you look at the browser and suddenly you have 5 tabs open. 10 minutes later, you have 20 tabs open. And each one has a different thing, and you need them all to cut from here to there to fill a form. And to add to this, there's the information overload that I mentioned before, which makes it more difficult to discover and profit from the curated enterprise data, which in turn is also siloed and found in various sources and formats. There are studies from Covio, McKinsey, IDC that show that employees take around 30% of their time searching for data. So, for a company of 5,000 employees, that's the equivalent of having 1,500 full time employees whose job is look for things. Agent Space is designed to give you that time back. The second challenge, your business are facing a lot of pressure to adapt, to innovate at super fast speeds. But it's not just about keeping up, it's about staying competitive, staying relevant in this ever evolving landscape. And at Google, we meet our customers where they are. So, in that sense, we can work with the bleeding edge technology of TPUs, GPUs, companies that want to train their own LLM, or we can work enabling AI in any type of organization, for example, with employee productivity tools like Agentspace. And when I'm talking about meeting customers where they are, I'm referring to features like integrating securely with enterprise tools and enterprise data apps that you already rely on. This means agent space enhances rather than replace your current systems. This accelerates the time to value and, more importantly, de-risk your AI investment. Another challenge is that it is difficult to take advantage of the latest advances in AI/ML, both in terms of using the technology productively and securely, respecting enterprise boundaries, compliance. And this may be forward looking for some, but it's around the corner. It relates to challenges with agents and agentic AI usage, more specifically, deploying them into production. It's not easy to create the agents, to store them in a centralized, secure repository, to make them available to the right audience, all with enterprise grade privacy, security, compliance. And while maybe deploying these fleets of agents, it's forward looking, it's the future, the platform to manage, secure, and govern them needs to be laid today. And this is a core design principle of Agent Space, providing the secure foundation for the future of work. So if any of those challenges resonated with you, you're probably thinking, fantastic, now I need this. So what you are seeing is just a screenshot. Gabriel will show a demo later, but how can all be solved by a single tool? So these are Agentspace's three pillars. First, unifying search across all enterprise data. Agentspace acts as a central source of enterprise truth by offering a single company branded multimodal search and summarization agent that can search and understand text, images, and video. All these take advantages of Google's expertise in search and leverage grounding in your own corporate data. The second is that agents can reason, search, plan, execute. When it comes to the current agent deployment challenges, Agentspace provides a complete suite of tools to simplify this process. A no-code agent with agent builder called Designer, a high-code agent, Development Kit or ADK, and manage deployments with Agent Engine, and the repository of pre-built sample agents and tools with source code, allowing developers to get started quickly with Agent Garden. So again, Agentspace functions as a central hub for all agents, Google provided, custom agents, and partner agents. And third, Agentspace provides access to Google's latest AI innovations, including Gemini multimodal capabilities, so understanding images and videos, Notebook LM Enterprise, Imagen, and VO, that are image and video models. Sorry. And everything is done respecting your data with enterprise grade security, privacy, and compliance. So using access controls, so each user only has access to the data they're authorized to access, enforcing data residency, encryption, VPC service controls, compliant with standards like HIPAA and FedRAMP, and as usual, responsible AI practice, which are policies that prevent customer data from being logged or used for model training, incorporating safeguards against harmful content. So we got the why, we got the how. Lastly, what is agent space and what can we do with agent space? This is an overview of the things we can do, and we will double click on each. So imagine being able to find anything within your enterprise, a Jira ticket, an email, a Salesforce record, an image, a video, all summarized, grounded, and secured according to your existing access rights. So agents has access to your main applications through connectors that respect the visibility of the data, meaning if you can't access a document in SharePoint, it won't be part of your results. Next, how can we use AI to help us understand, and not only understand faster, but also understand diverse sources of information in a way that fits our style? The data comes from different documents, reports, different sources, and sometimes it's difficult to extract insights and understand in our terms everything we have. This is where Notebook LM is useful. You can upload different sources into a single notebook, analyze all this data that is centralized the way you choose. You can chat with your data sources asking questions, and the answers will be grounded in your information, which makes analysis more intuitive and efficient. Besides this, you can use Notebook LM to generate content. An amazing feature, for example, is the audio overviews, where you can generate a two-person podcast. If you didn't try it, I would absolutely recommend it. It's amazing. And it's continually evolving. Apart from these features, you can create FAQs, summarize data, create a briefing, or ask your own questions. We all have different ways to learn, and this adapts to your way of getting answers to what you want to know. And to finish this partial list, we have the actions. And the key to understand here is that agent space is the single point of access for all agents. So with agent space, you will be able to minimize this juggling between different platforms or deal with complex integrations to your backend systems. This is a central hub where you can where you can access all the agents to do everything you need. We have some Google pre-made agents ready to use, like the deep research agents that can make complex multi-step investigations and synthesize information from both internal and external sources. This produces very detailed reports, and now also an audio guide similar to the one in Notebook LM. And for more specific needs, you have the ability to build your own custom agents, and we will deep dive on that in a second. With this ability, you can easily craft the agents to your own workflows and requirements. And looking ahead, we'll be offering the ability to integrate third-party agents. So this will expand more options, giving you access to a broader ecosystem of different tools, capabilities, and partners. And something I'd like to reiterate, Agentspace connects to lots of enterprise applications using Google pre-built connectors for first-party tools like Workspace and third-party tools like SharePoint, OneDrive, ServiceNow, Jira, and there are many others in the works. And if the applications you search is not there, you have the option to build a custom connector through a custom agent using the API provided by the vendors. And this is where the ecosystem becomes so powerful. Agentspace is a platform, and while Google provides pre-built agents and tools, our partners like Avenue Code bring the industry and process expertise. They're the ones who can work with you to build a specific high-value custom agents that will solve the complex business challenges, turning this platform into a concrete competitive advantage. And we mentioned custom agents. So what are our options to build agents that we can later import into Agentspace or use directly? So we established that Agentspace can be used as the hub for all agents in the enterprise. There are other solutions if you want to deploy external agents, but we'll concentrate on internal facing agents. And one of the key differentiators of Agentspace is the ability to support a truly diverse ecosystem of agents. Out of the box, we have agents built in, like I mentioned, deep research agents, and we also have today idea generation agents, which generates and writes ideas based on user-defined goals and criteria, learning from your enterprise data. Agentspace also empowers your internal teams to create their own specialized solutions. For business users, we mentioned Agent Designer, a no-code interface to define agents in natural language to automate repetitive tasks and streamline workflows. And these no-code agents can access all the data sources and actions available to their Agentspace instance. For developers, the Agent Development Kit (ADK) provides a client-side framework to build sophisticated multi-agent applications, offering orchestration, supporting hybrid agents that combine deterministic logic with generative AI reasoning. So these high-code agents, once developed with ADK or other third-party frameworks like LangChain, can then be deployed on the Vertex AI agent engine and registered with Agentspace, making them accessible to all employees through a common UI. And beyond Google's own offerings and your custom-built agents, Agentspace expands its utility through the inclusion of partner agents available via the Google Cloud Marketplace. This is a similar view as before with more details. On the left, we have already mentioned the ADK, which is open source and supports Python and Java SDK today. The agents can be deployed to the Vertex AI engine, which is a fully managed service for deploying, managing, and scaling engines in production, and it's framework agnostic. And we also have Agent Garden, which provides sample agent code and tools to accelerate agent development. To go a little further deep down, we support complementary protocols like agent to agent and model context protocol (MCP) that you may have heard about. MCP serves as a mechanism for agents to access resources and tools. Through MCP, the agents can connect to a wide array of functionalities, including Google Cloud Tools, custom APIs via Apigee API Hub, and even open source ecosystem tools like LangChain and Llama Index. This is essential for agents to perform tasks by interacting with external systems and fetching or sending the data. However, it's important to note that MCP is highly effective for tool integration. It might not be sufficient for the complex, dynamic, and unstructured interactions required when an agent needs to act as a tool for another agent, especially when involving multimodal interactions or when black box agents across different boundaries need to share memory or plans. This is where the agent to agent protocol comes into play. A2A is an open standard, not a product, and is designed to facilitate dynamic and long-running collaborations between agents. In a multi-agent environment where diverse agents from different platforms and vendors exist, A2A provides the framework for them to interact effectively. It addresses the challenge of the black box agents that cannot easily share their internal tools or memory or plans across different boundaries. So A2A enables agents to discover each other using an agent card, and it's built with enterprise use in mind, using standards like HTTP, SSE, and JSON RPC. And Google Cloud integrates native A2A support into ADK and Agent Engine. So to summarize, MCP is for resources and tools, while A2A is for applications and agents. And to wrap it up, what does agent space means for your business? It means transforming your employee experience from frustrating, repetitive tasks to one of high impact, creative problem solving. It means your sales team can spend more time selling, your marketing team can create more resonant campaigns, and your engineers can solve problems faster. And now I'll pass it to Gabrielle.
Thanks, Sebastian. And hello, folks. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Gabriel Kutani, and I'm a principal AI engineer here at Avenue Code. I've been working with AI and machine learning for the past 7 years, and now is really a special time to work with AI. Today, I want to bring you some practical industry use cases for AI agents. And let's dive into a fantastic real-world example of how AI can be a total game changer. We're talking about how Avenue Code collaborated with Acerto, a super cool financial company in Brazil. In some context into Acerto, they're all about helping people with debt negotiation. But they had a slight challenge with them. Over 1,000 customer services tickets floating in every single day on their Zendesk platform. That's a mountain of questions, comments, and concerns. And as you can imagine, keeping up as well as a bit of a headache. So they came to us for help. We deployed our AI experts and built an AI agent using Google Cloud, Vertex AI, and the brilliant Gemini Pro model. Think of it as a superpowered AI assistant that could read through those tickets, understand what they were about, and take action. Specifically, our AI agent classified and summarized tickets. It was able to connect securely through with the Zendesk platform. It handled the crazy volume on a daily basis and use Cloud SQL for even smarter responses. So incorporating RAG solutions using Cloud SQL, the AI could pull relevant information from Acerto's own databases to give you more accurate and helpful answers. Okay, what did all this tech accomplish? LLM performance. So we maximized GCP's advanced LLM features, making sure our AI was as smart and effective as possible. 70% cost reduction. So yes, by using a serverless deployment on GCP, Acerto saw a massive 70% drop in their operational costs. And our AI agent took on over 90% of the ticket processing workload. Imagine what Acerto's human agents could do with all that extra time. And we made sure everything was super secure with Google security systems in place, and every action of the AI agents monitored and logged in BigQuery, because nobody wants their data going astray. Let's jump into another fascinating use case. This time, we're tackling a challenge for one of the largest global auditing, tax, and advisory companies. You know, those firms that handle mountains of complex information. This company has to do a client conflict analysis. Basically, they need to make sure there are no conflicts of interest between their clients. Before our solution, this process was super manual and incredibly time consuming. It slowed down everything, impacted business, operations, and to be honest, probably drove everyone a little bit crazy. So we developed an AI agent specifically designed to handle this client conflict analysis. This wasn't just any AI. This agent was built to leverage regulatory databases so it could dive deep into all the important regulations, identify potential conflicts, so it can analyze vast amounts of data and flag any potential conflicts quickly and accurately. You can think of it as a super smart, super fast detective that never sleeps and know all the rules. This agent drastically shortened the conflict identification cycle and made the decision making process way more accurate and traceable. As for the impact, up to a 90% cost reduction in time it took allocated resources to process a request. That translates straight into saving up to 80 million per year. Decision making flexibility, suddenly they had a streamlined, rapid decision making process. Plus, they had the flexibility to expand into new markets without the worry of getting bogged down by manual conflict checks. And as for quality assurance, their regulatory compliance improved dramatically, boosting brand recognition, significantly reducing the risk of financial penalties. So, to recap, we took a slow, manual, and costly process and transformed it with an AI agent into a fast, accurate, and cost effective solution. This is a good example of how AI can solve real complex business problems and deliver impressive results. So, what does the end to end implementation process look like? How can we ensure return of investment, safety, compliance, And most importantly, how can we move fast and create valuable solutions? At Avenue Code, we've deployed many AI projects, and we have identified the main challenges faced in AI implementation. The first one is poor data quality and governance. So let's talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to implementing AI, and that is data. And not just any data, but quality data. If your data is messy, incomplete, or just wrong, your AI is going to struggle. And that's where governance comes in. You need solid systems to make sure your data is clean, consistent, and trustworthy. Otherwise, you're just building a castle on a sandy foundation. Second is challenges in integrating AI into systems and scalability. So let's say you got a brilliant AI idea. That's fantastic. But how do you actually get it to work with your existing systems? Integrating AI into your workflows can be tricky, making sure AI can scale as your needs grow. That's a whole other ballgame. But you don't want your new AI solutions to buckle under pressure when things get busy. So it's got to handle the load and it's got to play nice with everything else you're using. Third point, lack of clarity on results and ROI. This is a big one. Business want to know, what am I getting for my investment? Spending money on AI is a big decision, and you need to be able to show what it's actually making a difference. Without clear metrics and a way to measure the return of investment, it's tough to justify the cost. You need to be able to say, this AI solution is saving you X amount of time, money, or resources. Otherwise, it's just a fancy experiment that isn't driving business value. So, AI models deteriorate over time. Just like anything else, AI models aren't static. They can they can go stale over time if they're not kept up to date. Data changes, business needs drift, and if your AI model isn't learning and adapting, its performance will suffer. It's like having a GPS that hasn't been hidden in years. You're going to end up in some unexpected places. We need to make sure these models stay sharp, relevant, and effective. And last but not least, lack of clarity on how to act with AI. So you got the tech, you got the data, but how do we actually put it to work? Sometimes the biggest challenge is figuring out how to activate the value with AI. How do we turn these powerful tools into real world solutions that drive meaningful change? It's not just about having AI, it's about knowing what to do with it. Strategically applying to solve real problems and create real opportunities. All right, let's talk about building and running a successful AI solution. It's not just about having a cool AI model, it's about having the right components in place to make it work effectively and reliably. Here we have the essential building blocks for a custom AI code solution tailored to your specific use case. First is the data process. That includes data collection. So, where without a solid data collection strategy, your AI is like a car without fuel. You need to have the right data and the right pipelines in place. Then data governance. This is where we ensure the quality, consistency, and trustworthiness of your data. It prevents the garbage in, garbage out problem and is a foundation of reliability for your AI. Data exploration and analysis. This is where analysts and scientists will help us understand what the data is telling us, uncover patterns, and gain insights that inform our AI approach. And lastly, feature engineering for AI, where the value here is in optimizing the data presentation to maximize the AI's performance and accuracy. With the data ready, we can move into the other side, which is putting it into production. We need to serve models and integrate with any application. We need logging and management, vital for ensuring that AI runs smoothly, identifying and addressing issues quickly, and maintaining the overall system stable. Finally, monitoring the agent performance. So this is an ongoing process to ensure the AI model remains accurate and effective over time. Its value is in maintaining the long-term value and reliability of your AI investments. And what's really exciting is that for each of these critical components, Avenue Code has developed an accelerator. These accelerators are pre-built tools, frameworks, and methodologies that significantly speed up the implementation of each component, allowing us to build and deploy robust custom AI solutions much faster than and more efficiently. Let's jump now into our proven framework for developing those enterprise-ready AI agents. This is our five-step process to deliver an AI agent. It all starts with discovery. So we need to understand the business, assess the situation, identify with you the use case, prioritize, and plan before we even start the project. Then we start out with the analysis. So we map the data sources, explore the data, select which data is the most relevant for your business problem. We do the data preparation strategy as well. And then we start the cycle of actually developing the AI agent. So we design tests, data processing, we go over foundational models, prompt engineering, safety and ethics in the execution. We need to evaluate those agents, so raise results, assess those results, identify improvements, decide, and if we need to improve the quality, go over the execution as well, and have this cycle of improvement over the results. Then we're ready to go to production. We plan for the deployment. We plan monitoring. We deploy the agent. We apply the tracing and adjust as we go. So how can we enable internal capabilities? Let's talk about how we can uh, enable the internal teams capabilities on new tech. So we have an internal center of AI for excellence. We ensure our teams are ready to deliver the cutting edge AI driven solutions. And the main responsibilities of the AI Center of Excellence is one, research, so we stay at the forefront of AI advancement, evaluating new technologies, fostering innovation, developing and deploying AI solutions, best practices, uh, providing the development support to accelerate AI adoption. Then there's governance, so we ensure AI is used ethically, responsibly, and in compliance with regulations by defining guidelines and managing risk. Training is also really important. We provide AI training, promote AI literacy, offer usage support, and disseminate the best practices to enable effective AI adoption. For Agentspace, it's no different. We have discovery of ROI. So we identify the strategic opportunities and research innovative AI solutions to address specific business challenges. Uh, we had training, so we develop internal AI expertise in the upskill teams through structured learning programs and workshops. We have established standardized processes and guides to ensure efficient and consistent Agentspace deployment. We've validated many of the data connectors for accuracy, grounding capabilities, and integration. And we have also evaluated actions and use cases to assess agent actions for each of the data sources to deliver measurable value, find the best practices and use cases. So, how can we assist you in your agent space journey? So let me show you a demo how we used agent space internally. First, we have integrated multiple data sources as I'm going to show you, including Jira and Salesforce. I can also do attachments, select which one of those data sources I want to use in the agent space. I can easily access slides for my project, through the Google Drive connector and search capabilities uh, for Agentspace, just like any other tool that I need. I can ask for my tasks in Jira regarding my project called AI Studio Platform, uh, and it's gonna, you know, look up in Jira and find the answers that it needs. So here it shows all the tickets and tasks that I'm working on. I can also ask follow-up questions and ask for explanation on specific tasks that I need. Here I'm asking about this task that I did a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, and it gives me the answer. Here I'm checking my meeting from my calendar, and I will use an action to actually send an email to one of my colleagues. So I'm asking about all the meetings that I had this week. You can search my calendar and give me the answer. And I'm gonna ask Agent Space to send an email to one of my colleagues so I can plan a follow-up meeting with him. So it's gonna write the email for me. It's gonna find that the email of my colleague, and I can even edit the message itself before it sends. So it's not automatic. And I can just click send, and it's done. Last but not least, let me go to a different agent space where we connect our talent database so we can search easily for the best people for a project. This is using the BigQuery connector. It's one way that we can deliver custom integrations uh, for any application. So here I'm asking to find any professional with the data engineering certification. Uh, we have many different employees with different data certifications from, and I'm asking follow-up questions. Yeah. So you can see, how powerful it's and easy it is to use Agentspace uh, to provide value to your business. So let's go back to our implementation framework and see how it works specifically for Agentspace. So again, in the first step, we have the strategic definition. So we want to align Agentspace with our core business objectives and requirements, define what is the target audience, and primary operation and language. We want to identify with you the critical use cases that we will implement, and then we follow up with core engine configuration. So we can customize a rapid, efficient, and precise focused AI engine. Select the optimal configuration LLMs for the specific task. We can employ filters and to concentrate on high value data. We can go into knowledge integration, so we connect agent space to internal and external data sources. We establish connection to your secure proprietary data repositories through secure channels and secure access to update web information. We can adjust personas and safety alignments, so we can develop a rapid, efficient, and precise focused AI engine. Implement clear communication guidelines through LLM instructions. We can include safety filters and guardrails so your company uh, don't have to worry about those things. And last but not least, we can enhance the user experience through optimization and the rollouts. So we ensure that user adoption and maximize operation productivity. We can enable those tools that I showed you that accelerate user workflows, facilitate seamless connections between personnel and information, and conduct the pilot launch, gather feedback, and implement phased enterprise-wide deployment. And that's it. Thanks for you guys.
So thank you very much. Before we wrap up, I just wanted to thank you again, Sebastian, and thank you, Gabriel. Uh, Amazing topic, and I hope everyone could see how powerful these agents can be in your operations. So let's keep in touch, and thanks again. And that's it.
Thank you.
Good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Seb. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.